What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Life is Cooler with AC. I am your host, Alex Cunningham, and today we have Mr. Chris, the only Tiffer, Ward.
Gotta remember that.
Yeah. See, did I do it right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's the only Tiffer, yeah.
Yeah, so Chris, the reason he's called the only Tiffer is because his parents didn't know how to spell whenever they created his birth certificate.
Still got my dad's shit.
But so today, you know how we always do drinks and stuff. So today we're going to try something a little bit different because it's almost Halloween, right? So we are doing a pumpkin stout. It's the first week, I guess, of October, right? Yeah, so this is going to be a cool one. Brewed and canned by Martin House Brewing Company in Fort Worth, Texas. So local. We're going to check it out, see if we like it. Again, this is unofficial. But, hey, Martin House Brewing Company, if you're watching this and you want to sponsor an episode, feel free.
Has that worked yet?
No.
Don't you do that like every episode?
Yeah, it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
We keep trying. So if there's anybody out there that wants to sponsor Life is Cooler with AC, you know where to find me, right here in the comment section. So that way we can...
All 24 of you that subscribe and follow?
Well, 25 actually after this.
After this?
Yeah, your mom will probably subscribe.
Probably.
Or at least your aunt.
Someone probably will. If I share it, and I'm like, oh, sweet Chris, let's listen. What
Yeah.
you gotta say?
And then they'll be like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we're not talking about any deep, dark family secrets.
Oh, yes, we are. Those are the best because I love when people share those with their family.
Well, because you don't have one.
Because I don't have to deal with it.
But you're going to watch everybody else suffer.
I've actually had people, one of my... like when I originally did my podcast, it was just totally different style, but I had a friend on there, and he was an actor, and none of his family knew that he was an actor, so he never came out as gay, you know, so...
Coming out as an actor.
Yeah, so I was like, are you going to share it? And he's like, fuck no, I'm not going to share it, because my family's on my Facebook. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, no, it's that deep that, like, they don't know that I'm trying to be an actor. Like...
No, most of my family knows I'm been trying to become a comedian, but
right.
It makes it very awkward in family reunions.
Oh, I bet.
When I went to Georgia, I have one cousin that was chasing his dream for like 20 years being a rock climber. But
okay.
I was talking to him. I haven't talked to him since I was like 15. But I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, but then like I figured out that was going nowhere. I was just living in my car, so now I'm finally getting my life straight. So what are you doing with your life?
I'm also living in my car.
Yeah, I'm doing exactly what you said you don't want to do no more. Yeah, this is great.
The only difference is if you would have fallen, you would have actually died.
Yeah,
when I bomb on stage and I die, it's just on the inside.
Yeah, I wish I died.
Exactly.
I got a concussion on a rock.
Yeah, totally different.
Not bad.
That's an interesting flavor.
Yeah.
Thick. It's a pumpkin stout. So, if you've ever wondered what it would be like to drink styrofoam,
Yeah.
I think that's a...
Yeah, if you're able to melt it down somehow.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the idea is there.
Yeah.
What is that flavor?
I don't know. It's like they tried making chocolate.
Yeah, but like with styrofoam.
Yeah. And yeast and shit.
Have you ever melted styrofoam? Did you ever do that as a kid? Like just like
Melt styrofoam?
Yeah, like it
Melts plastic a lot. That's why a lot of fumes of it.
I sucked in all those toxins. But like styrofoam, I feel like it's just like if you run a lighter underneath of it, it's just like instantly it like curls up. You know, so it's like it was always fun, and like the smell is very like exactly how this tastes.
You want to find out later? I'm gonna
burn some stuff
just to compare.
Well, it was funny when he first got here, and I was like, I just want you to know this is, you know, like our first October podcast. We're gonna get festive. We're gonna do some pumpkin stuff. You know, he was like, wow, that's a really nice looking can. You know what that means? It's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's gonna taste like shit.
And I was like, yeah, you know, but as long as we're all on the same page, that's really all that matters.
What was the beer I tried? It was like something blonde that I tried before, just because I like the can, and we had to dare people to drink that shit.
Really, it was that bad?
Terrible. It's better than I don't know if they still got it. What's the beer Walgreens used to have? Like flat tire or some shit.
Oh yeah, flat tire. You don't like flat tire?
Oh my god, no.
Flat tire's good.
It just comes warm. Like it's always warm beer. You can freeze it and still warm beer.
Yeah.
Like,
You can't cool flat tire down. No, like it's fun because I was never really big into drinking. I feel like comedy really kind of got me into drinking a little bit more.
I've been drinking a lot more since I've been doing.
Yeah, you're out all the time. Like it makes sense. But like so anywhere that I go, like I just got back from Arizona and we tried to drink as many like local beers as possible. Mm-hmm. Just because like I love local beer. Like I loved like we found one. It was like a microbrewery and it was really cool. They had like I don't know 8 fucking options. So I drank them all week. But then whenever we went down into Phoenix, like there was a different beer. So like I drank that.
Right.
And it's so funny to see the different flavors, and some of them you're like, I kind of get why you're not on the show.
Why you're in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Why you were fully stocked when everything else was almost sold out.
Why you're on discount this week.
Yeah. But you like that. You like the fucking rice beers, the cheap.
Well, I'm simple. Like I'm a simple bitch. Like,
I'm a simpleton.
I get so like go to these bars and there's so many different options. So I'm like, I don't know. I'll just go with what I know.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
that's it. Even though I need to switch it up. But
Yeah. See, and that's what like whenever I asked you, I was like, do you like stout? Like because all I ever see you drink is like Bud Light.
I'll drink it like at the house occasionally. I'll get Guinness.
Okay.
Stout. Like
You gonna get one of these?
I don't know. We'll see how I feel later.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even know.
Everything.
Well, here, I feel like we, like at this point, we should probably do like a whole breakdown of the beer because I've never done that on this podcast before.
See, that's how boring I am. We got to break down the
No,
beer that we're drinking.
no, I'm legitimately like curious. Holy shit, it's 10%.
Oh shit!
No wonder it tastes like fucking melted styrofoam. Is because it's straight liquor. I mean, this is hotter than a lot of the wines that I drink. Do you drink wine?
I ain't a bitch.
He said, I ain't a bitch, but when I asked him, I was like, what kind of liquor do you want? He's like, I don't know. But
yeah, I'm a bitch.
He said, but I'm going to mix it regardless. Like,
I
all
don't
right.
drink much straight. Like, it's got to be gay.
It's got to be
It's got to be
gay.
gay. It's got to be a little dark in it.
It's so funny. So, obviously, for you guys out there, everybody that I've had on this podcast, up to this point, and probably as long as I can, it's all comedians. And
you recognize me as a comedian and not a dog sitter?
Well, hey, listen, we all have 2 jobs. Okay. We all have a way to make money, and then we have, the way that we spend money on beer and with hanging out with our friends.
I might as well be on your payroll at this point.
I know.
Like, you're where most of my money this year come from.
Yeah, Chris is kind of our dog watcher. We just had a little run-in. A guy was like, yeah, I'll watch your dogs, bring them to my house like I'm professional. I do this. We get to his house, and did I tell you, like, what happened?
No,
like,
I think you just told me he wasn't answering or something like that.
Yeah, like we got to his house and like knocked on the door, nothing. No dogs barking, nothing, and if you watch dogs, generally you have dogs, that at least that you're watching, nothing. We call him, no answer. And then so that was Saturday, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
And then on Monday he texted and he's like, so I take it you don't want me to watch your dogs? Like, dude, it's been 3 fucking days.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Like, you didn't.
How did you find them? Craigslist?
Facebook or so it's like, probably probably not gonna recommend him. Yeah. But no, so I talked to a lot of comedians and stuff, and I was talking to a couple today, and they actually just moved out of LA because of like the politics and everything. And they were like, we're tired of being the odd man out, and we're tired of not being able to say what we want to say. And I, it came up that I was a comedian, and they were like, it's probably really hard for you. And I was like, not really, because like I don't fucking care, like you just say whatever. I mean, like people know the difference between like if you're trying to be an asshole and when you're trying to just like.
How bad is it in LA? There's like everybody censoring everybody. Well, it's more
I
liberal
mean,
state, so
yeah, it's a very blue state, so I feel like
everything's offensive.
yeah, and you really do have to watch, and like I don't like political humor anyway. I feel like we've had that conversation before, and so I notice it in LA. A lot of people do political humor, and it's just like it's all the same side. You know what I mean? Like you can look at, like I would like even like Dave Chappelle, somebody like one of the most, like aggressive comedians, like right now. And he kind of takes different approaches to the same topic, like he'll say it from this side and then from that side, and
yeah,
exactly.
That's what we're supposed to do as comics, not
yes.
We're not one-sided.
No, exactly,
Right.
And like that I think was one of my biggest irritations in LA when it came to comedy. Was just like everybody was just so political and like all from the same viewpoint, and I'm just like, okay, like we've heard the same joke 7 times on this show, like it really starts to wear you out. But that's why I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like just talk about whatever, like
yeah, whatever you want to.
yeah, like somebody like how you said, oh, that's gay, like that shit's gay. Like that's okay to say gay, like that sounded gay when I said that.
It's okay. It's all right. Now in my head is like, but is it okay to say faggot?
Like I've got a friend, and
I call my friend faggot all the time. He takes
yeah,
it, but
right.
if I go on stage and be like, what the fuck?
Right, yeah. Well, and I, like that's where it gets tough, because obviously like we do this for people, you know what I mean? Like the crowd has to laugh. So if you make the crowd so uncomfortable, but I mean, that's like saying retarded. You know what I mean? Like at the show that we did last night in Pflugerville, there was one guy that got up there and was talking about like when he went to the cancer room, like for the kids, and like they were, like he was helping them do whatever, and he's like, it's fine, like at least they're not retarded, It's like, okay, like it was kind of funny how he said it, but it really depends upon how you say it, and like
as long as it's not hateful and it's for the joke.
Exactly, like
it's purposeful.
Like you've got a good buddy, Austin P. So like you would never, just so you guys know, Austin has Down syndrome, but
He's probably gonna watch this, and I haven't answered his calls in about 3-4 months.
Oh really? He gave up calling me. He's kind of our stalker. He's our biggest fan, but you would never say that to him. You know what I mean? Like because you know that you would be. Like you're trying to be offensive if you say, so I think it really depends upon how you say it, and like if it's toward a person, you're trying to be derogatory. So when you're on stage, I mean, did you see, you were there a couple weeks ago whenever I was just doing crowd work, and I was like, I'm just gonna fuck with this couple up front, and I asked this lady like, why have I never seen you before? And she said, oh, we generally busy nights. And I was like, oh, what, are you prostitute? And she thought it was hilarious. And like I started like digging really deep. Her husband did not at all. He did not find it funny.
Reverse Will Smith situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's like, who cares? Like we're up there. We're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Like just say whatever the fuck you want.
And sometimes like sometimes it is on us that it can come out hurtful, because especially for riffing. Because I know like one time, before that whole Will Smith slap thing, like a week beforehand at an American Legion, where I was like tired because I was out all day, and I started drinking and I had nothing, so I just started poking at like the two people not paying attention. So I was like, all right, this lady's balding, and then like that guy, he's hiding in his bald spot, and dude got so fucking mad because I pointed out the lady's bald spot, and he was like willing to fight me.
Yeah,
afterwards, and I had to hide and run.
Yeah, and that's great. Like it would be different if you were like, oh wow, that bitch is retarded, and then it's like, no, she really is, and it's like
down on it.
Exactly, yeah, like, but it's like, oh, you're losing your hair, and like you are losing your hair. Like, why are you gonna get mad at that?
Yeah,
like that.
And afterwards, like, yeah, I'm sorry, like, apologize, but dude wasn't having it.
It's
like,
see, and like that's crazy.
Buy you a beer, and it's like he's ready to fight me. His friends had to hold him back.
Really? Yeah, and like that's
scary.
That is stupid. Like if you're really that self-conscious about something like that, just buy a toupee. Like who gives a fuck?
They get like, what is it, implants or whatnot?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like life is too short, and I feel like that's what people forget, is that like life is just too short to get pissed off about what the fuck a comedian is saying, like
right?
on stage in some random fucking dive bar.
They were just trying to make you laugh and whatnot. It's like you came in and half the time it's for free.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
Why are you getting mad?
Yeah, no, and like, I can't really. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I piss somebody off so bad. You know, I don't know if I've ever really like, pissed somebody off as much as just like I've made people feel uncomfortable. You know,
Yeah, I
but
think more uncomfortable. I don't know, piss anybody off.
just
I
that.
know some of my sucking dick jokes don't go well in like bumfuck places.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we don't do that around here.
Right.
Boy.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's a joke. I'm not serious.
Well, we were doing some like wine festival or something a couple weeks ago, and it came up that that we're comedians and that we run shows and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we just did, and it was a winery. And they're like, we just did a comedy show for the first time, a couple weeks ago, and we'll never have them back. And I was like, oh, wow, why? What happened? And he said, because one of the guys kept talking about female body parts, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, no, I know what you're saying. Like, he just kept saying your name because obviously you're a pussy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's comedy, But I feel like people don't realize that, like, comedy is, like, talking about shit that you generally don't talk about it,
It's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's the purpose of comedy. You're trying to make it comfortable.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people hold in stuff and then internalize it and shit when you could have just made a joke and let it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how we process shit.
It
gotta
is.
Joke and laugh about it. That's why there's so many 9/11 jokes now.
Yeah, because we're to a point now where we can, we can reflect on this and, like we can heal from things, like that's why I do so many dead parent jokes and stuff. It's like, it's funny because I have realized that if like something pisses me off throughout the day or something, and then I go get on stage that night and I talk about it and I make it funny, I'm like, wow, that was like it lifts a weight off of your chest, and like we all know that you can't have much weight on your chest.
Not at all.
So,
it's already imploded.
It's already concave.
They're gonna make me like flash the people to just show my chest. Is that why you brought me here, just to pull on my tits?
Show them your titties.
I feel like that's all I am, is a piece of meat now.
No, you're a shot glass too.
Yeah, that Friday show was insane.
Yeah, it seemed pretty wild.
That was, like 15 minutes of crowd work.
Yeah.
Because it was like an audience that had like a 15-second attention span.
Right, so you had to reel them in. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
every time I tried to joke, they were like, I would get them back in, try a joke, and then they stopped paying attention. So I'm like, all right, I'm just messing with you. I got some bitch to buy me a beer because she kept interrupting me.
Nice.
It's like, all right, that's a win.
Yeah.
And the same chick that took a shot out of my chest.
Really? That's awesome. Did you bang her?
No.
Oh, well, that's not as cool.
See how everybody asks that. I don't have to fuck the audience, man. Like,
just lie.
I'm trying to fuck their mind, but
he said, "I want you to go home confused."
Yeah, right. And plus, I think she was a lesbian because, like, whenever I was flirting with her, like the chick next to her, like all buff and stuff, kind of like pulled up for a second. I was like, all right, I'll stop.
When she went to take the shot out of your chest, did she lick your nipple?
No, like if you watch the video, she was kind of grossed out as she was doing it. Like, she takes half of the shot and then backs up. And then in that moment, I was sitting there, like, did I shower today?
Yeah. Why is it so sweaty?
But then she left her fucking backwash. Like, it was still a little bit. Yeah,
like she drooled it back into your chest?
I don't know. There's still a little bit there. And I was sitting there just waiting. I was like, can someone bring me a towel? Or like,
that's what it feels like to be the female. Yeah. You're just laying there with the goo all over you. Just wait, I'll grab you a towel.
And then Philly commenting afterwards. So yeah,
that is hilarious. But so if you guys don't follow Chris Ward already, go check his stuff out because this dude does, like, I've seen physical humor, because he's definitely not like Chris Farley physical humor. He like just uses his physical being as his jokes, and it is so, like, the way that you do it is just, I don't think I've ever seen it before. Like just
the chest or the
no, like all of your jokes where you get physical, but it's not like physical movements. You know what I mean? Like you use your physical being. Like with your stripper joke and your chest joke. Like you just bring your physical being into it in a way that it's not just like let me tell you about it. It's like, let me show you, you know?
Yeah, sometimes it's just easier to show.
It is, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Just, especially when it comes to the chest jokes, which I think has been taking me like forever to kind of perfect that or work on that.
Get up to that point.
Because a lot of times, like, all right, let me joke about my like chest. So I'll start the set off with my shirt off, but then the entire time everybody's just like, "Oh, titties!"
Right?
The
Yeah.
entire time, I'm like, all right, I can't say anything. Everybody's getting so thirsty.
Yeah,
Just jizz in my hole right now. But so you just like want me for my body, not my jokes.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that that's like an ender, you know, like that has to go at the end, or else it does kind of distract from the rest of.
What I started doing.
Yeah, and that's one thing that like I've noticed about you, and like I've told you this before, but you're so good about working a joke. You know, like so many people will like write a joke and then it's like it's either good or it's bad. You know what I mean? And then they'll just say, okay, well that's it. You know, and either A, they'll keep sucking at it, or B, it was good from the start. You know, where like I've seen you write a joke that I'm like, man, that's a good fucking joke, but the crowd doesn't get the joke yet. You know, and then like you'll rework it and it's like, oh, now that's a better joke. And then it'll be the same joke, and I don't even recognize the joke until the fucking punchline, and I'm like, that's the fucking joke, you know? And, like, so many people, I feel like, just don't know how to take an idea and, like, erase everything around it and re-sculpt it, you know?
I don't know, I'm just weird with all my jokes, because I understand, like, I'm probably autistic as fuck. Like, and, like, I've, like, noticed, like, whenever... through all my jobs and stuff like that, whenever I was training people, I would explain things one way, they don't get it. It's like, all right, so I learned how to like explain shit in multiple ways, so people get it. It's like, I know what's going on in here, but sometimes like I can't get the words right. So that's how my jokes are half the time. It's like, all right, I know where I'm going, but yeah, I got to keep going until they get it. And some bits like I've seen that I've stopped doing because I'm like, they don't get it now. Maybe I'll come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Thinking too hard about
which
it
is
right
a good practice, honestly. You know, like just let it sit there and kind of simmer.
Yeah, and then wait. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
if you overthink it, then you're gonna be like, oh, it's got to be this way. You don't think of other angles, and you're just very one-sided with the shit.
Exactly. Yeah, because you do get so like this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no, there's no way that it's supposed to be, you know, just fucking make it funny, you know, like that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to make people laugh. But have you ever been tested? Like, are you really?
Oh, no.
No. Oh, okay.
I'm so afraid to
really
get tested for anything. I'm pretty sure it's a list.
They just start piling up.
Like, every time, like, go to Facebook and people is like, "Oh, if you do this and this and this, you're probably autistic, ADHD," and every single time it's like, "Oh yeah."
And you're like, I just checked all those fucking boxes.
I just saw something the other day. It's like if you disassociate a lot, and it's like all the fucking time.
Yeah,
it's like half my day is just spacing out in my head. Like,
I just stare at the wall for 8 hours a day. I don't work. I'm just in my bedroom.
Yeah, it's kind of that's my life. That's my life.
You start sounding like fucking Billy Bob Thornton from Sling Blade.
I like taters. He's just a boy.
Oh, now I'll never be able to unsee you in that role. Chris is actually a world-renowned actor.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure you've seen his work.
That's the suspicious janitor.
Well, that's what's funny is that like so he did really do background work on a couple films and TV shows, and it was funny because they were what took place in the 70s.
Yeah, that's the one that hasn't come out yet, but yeah, the 79, 80s, yeah.
Okay, so somewhere right in there, which is funny because when I first met you, your hair was short, you know, you were shaved, and like since then you've just become this role. You're like this was
just embodied it.
Yeah, he's a method actor, but he's a background actor.
Because whenever I started, it's like because they tell you to keep everything the same,
right?
So it's like I don't want to cut my hair because they can keep going longer and still be 70s,
right? Yeah, for sure.
But I had to keep just a weird pedo mustache.
Time.
Had to keep shaving this. But yeah, now I've just been lazy ever since I stopped.
Well, does it piss you off that Evan Peters got
Jeffrey Dahmer? I feel sorry for him. Like that dude has to get into that role.
I know,
and it's gonna be
yeah.
fucked up for
That'd
the
be-
rest of his life.
That'd be so difficult.
Because I saw an interview, like, when he was talking about it, I'm like, he seems so different from past interviews.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to watch the show.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
mainly,
good.
I don't think I can because people are like, oh, he's learning. So
He's doing research.
research. Like, so I don't think I can.
See, that's fucking funny. But no, like it is really creepy. Like, and I expected it to be like chopping off dicks and eating faces, but it's like it's not like that at all.
Does it get all to the psychobabble, the psychological?
Yeah,
type?
yeah, and like kind of like how
trip you
he
out.
got them before he killed them. You know what I mean? So you got to see kind of like how he was kind of really, really a people's person, and he was just very smooth. And then obviously roofies, help a lot. That was kind of
that's what I'm missing is the roofies part.
He said I get laid all the time. Bill Cosby had it right.
Bill Cosby did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He was just
Free
a
Bill, free Bill. I think he is free, isn't he?
Yeah, I think finally got free. Wasn't he? Last time I heard, like, wasn't he working on a new hour?
Was he really? Oh, fuck.
I mean, I would watch it. It was one of those, like, I'm so intrigued. Like, I got to see. Like,
Could you imagine going to Bill Cosby's and fucking taping, and it's like, everybody gets in with a free drink. You're like, no thanks.
No, everybody gets those little lids for their drinks. When they come in, you get a free lid.
Yeah. No one's going to spike this drink, not even Bill. But, like, isn't he, like, 100% blind now? I don't know. I think I think that's why he got released from prison.
No, because he's blind.
Yeah.
Too much cum shots in the eyes. Didn't put in the pops in the eyes.
Well, no, I think it's one of those things, where like you take all of this power, and everybody else was asleep, but he was the only one that could see. So so they were like, all right, we'll take your sight. We'll make sure that you
biblical shit.
Exactly. It's like
eye for an eye, motherfucker.
So apparently they also removed his butthole.
Yeah, no, I say pussy for bussy.
Yeah. What are the rules on that one? That one's a little confusing. But so I don't know if you've watched any of these, but we do. We've got the Icebox where we've got random questions, from the audience, which is a great time to let you guys know yet again that you can ask us any questions that you want, so we can write them down and put them in the Icebox. Just put it down in the comments. Fucking message me, message Chris. He'll tell me. He doesn't have my phone number, but he'll write me on Instagram.
I do have his phone number, but I never gave him mine.
That's true. I fucking tried to text you the other day, and I was like, why don't I have Chris's phone number?
Because I'm terrible with numbers. I was thinking about that when you were gone. I was like, he gave me his number like months ago, but yeah, I think it was. I'm terrible. I'll get numbers, and like I still have numbers that I have not saved. That I have to go back through the conversation. Like, who was I talking to? So eventually, I'll add it.
Yeah, no, because like I was like, all right, I'll just write them on fucking Facebook again.
Yeah.
But,
but Messenger works.
Yeah, whatever. It goes to your phone. But so we just got random questions, so we're gonna ask a question and just answer it.
All right, with these legit questions that people send in. So is there more than last time? Because like I watched like no.
Nah, we kind of ran out and started over.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. All right.
Last time you were like, oh, there's only 2 in there.
Yeah.
I watched like 1 full episode of this.
What? And it was the last one.
Yeah, with Chris Dixon.
Shout out to Chris Fast Hands Dixon, or Dick Sob. Like
the addiction.
Yeah,
He's got to be so literate.
Yeah, whatever he's going by today. That fucking
Indiana Jones fuck
piece
off.
of shit.
Yeah,
that.
Oh, I gotta leave so I can make forgeries for the museum.
I gotta go lie to people.
Yeah, me and my satchel.
He does carry a satchel. That's hilarious. All right, so is a hot dog a sandwich? This is actually a good question. It's a weird question, but it's a good question.
No, it's a fucking hot dog. Like a sandwich, I think of like Reubens or just like multiple meats. I know sausages. No, follow me on this. Okay. As I dive into the meat, dive into my masters of meat here. That's what I'm smart about. I don't know. these are weird questions to ask a stoner because I'm gonna get way too into it,
He's
and I'm gonna be thinking about it all fucking night
as he's staring at the wall.
Yeah, this is the shit that I dissociate, and then I start thinking about it. It's like, is it a fucking sandwich?
He starts to question his own fucking mental stability.
Yeah, all the fucking time. That's why I do comedy. No, I don't think so.
Because it doesn't have the meats.
Yeah, it didn't have the meats. You don't have no lettuce, tomatoes. Like, I guess you could add it, but it's a weird hot dog.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so is a chili cheese dog a sandwich then? Because it's got...
No, you still don't have lettuce and... You might put tomato slices, I guess.
So a sandwich is only a sandwich if it's got lettuce and tomato?
Yeah, well, think of like a BLT. Those are your basic, like, parts of a sandwich. Bacon, lettuce, tomato. Of course.
But that's a BLT though. Like,
yeah, but it's still a sandwich. It's pretty much what you want in every sandwich.
But what about a ham sandwich?
You know, bacon and ham come from the same fucking animal, right?
Right, but it's a different type of sandwich. Like,
but it's still a sandwich.
He said it's got the word sandwich.
There's a sandwich in it. Hot dog didn't say it's not a hot dog sandwich.
Actually, I have been asked, would you like a hot dog sandwich?
From where? What weird hodunk town was this?
Indiana.
Yeah.
I was like at the park and somebody, I was just walking by, hey, you want a hot dog sandwich?
Oh, just to feel cultured because like nothing goes on in Indiana.
But so if it has to have multiple meats, what if you put like a hot dog in like cut a bratwurst open and put the hot dog inside the brat?
Like you can have a hot dog in a sandwich, but just the hot dog and a bun is not a sandwich.
So you would like slice a hot dog and put it on a sandwich?
Yeah. Have you not been broke?
Apparently not broke.
Have you not had like a Spam sandwich or like
yeah, but that's not a hot dog. Well, but see, so if you're
still
comparing,
kind of close, like.
But it's the same meat, right?
But it depends on how you do it because you put it in a hot dog bun. That's not a fucking sandwich.
So
it's a hot dog bun.
So what if you put Spam in a hot dog bun? Then what the fuck is that?
Then it's a Spam dog. I don't know. Like,
it's a Spam dog.
They're the same meats, like pretty much. They're the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Packaging.
So if you took a hot dog and you just like mashed it into a patty,
too big of a debate.
if you mash it into a patty and then put it on a hamburger bun,
then it's a hamburger.
Oh,
not
fuck.
a sandwich. So, because I was waiting for that too. Because if you put it on a bun, it's a fucking hamburger. So Arby's, like their roast beef sandwich, is a fucking hamburger.
Oh fuck! So I'm gonna next time I'm at Arby's, I'm gonna be like wrongo. This is actually
fuck the Arby's down the street from here, man. Like I came here like twice, like while I was watching your dogs.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab Arby's and have the full Arby's experience with the curly fries. They're fucking out.
Really?
See, crinkly fries. I was like, oh,
we get
robbed.
Yeah, we never get the fries. We get the jalapeno poppers.
Well, I always get the fries. That's like the best part.
Yeah, that's.
And
gay.
they forgot my sauce too. Like the first time I went there.
Oh, really?
Like, what the fuck?
Did you get the Arby's sauce?
No, not the first time. They didn't give me the sauce.
Not the fucking first time.
No, the second time, the kind gay black man gave me the sauce. All right, he knew his customer service.
He knew what you like. The gay black man gave you the sauce. All right, let's do one more. These are fun. I love these debates. All right.
I gotta say, every time I've watched y'all do you do this with someone else, it's always boring. So I'm making it more interesting.
These are boring?
Well, when everybody else says it. I didn't see like a 10-minute discussion on.
It's just moving right along. I don't know. You didn't watch Vinny's where we debated if Hitler was in heaven?
I think I watched most of yours. I watched like the beginning. And I'm like, I got better shit to do.
Wow. Watch. I'm gonna get half a view, and I'm gonna be like, "Yep, Chris watched it." All right. So, have you ever seen "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia"?
It's been a minute.
Okay, but you know who Mac, Dennis, and Charlie are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. This is a fucking hard one because I'm an Always Sunny fan to the max.
It's bad. I'm also trying to remember which one's which. Because Charlie Day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mac is the gay one.
One who's gay?
Oh, so you don't watch it.
I told you it's been a while. Like I'm
Dennis is the one who looks like that guy right there on that picture. You see that picture right there?
Yeah.
So the one who's like really vain, Dee's brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I've never watched it regularly. Or just episode now and then. Half the time when I watch stuff, I'm high as shit.
Okay. Well, have you?
But yes.
So, Charlie's retarded.
Charlie's funny. Okay, that's what we call him. We don't call him retarded. We call him funny.
And then Dennis is extremely self-centered.
Yeah.
And then Mac is gay.
Let's see. I would marry Charlie just for the humor. Well, fuck the gay guy because he's experienced at it.
He knows how
yeah, he knows how to do it, and then kill the other dude.
Okay, so Dennis, he and his trunk, he's the golden god, right? Mm-hmm. So he and his trunk, he's got duct tape, he's got zip ties and rope because he likes to bind and he likes to be bound. Oh. So I feel like he would be more of like a Jeffrey Dahmer style. So when you tried to kill him, I feel like he would kill you and then rape you.
Yeah. Is it bad that at one point in time I had those same things in my trunk?
I'm not surprised.
I don't know why. I think I just did it to scare people. That's what we're saying on the record.
Well, it fucking worked. Girls would always come home and then just never come back. They'd be like...
Because they're buried.
All right, since you didn't know that one, we're going to do one more because you're not cultured in the Always Sunny.
And all the white people shows?
Yeah.
Cultured because I don't want...
All right, this is a good one for you and your wall staring. Do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're out there. They keep crossing our border and shit. Build that wall.
He said just the ones from Mexico, bitch.
That's what we're talking about, right? What other aliens? Oh, you mean extraterrestrials? Right. Like, oh, those? Yeah, those, I believe that, too.
Yeah, they're welcome anytime. Those are the ones I don't mind helping.
Yeah, I'm believing them.
Yeah? Have you ever had, like, an experience with an alien?
No, I've not been probed. That's what you're asking. No, one time, like, I was staring at the stars, though, because I love stargazing as a person that spaces out and smokes a lot. But one time, I about freaked the fuck out because usually you can tell when it's a satellite, right? Because you see it's blinking, but it's still moving.
Right.
As you're not stationary. One time staring, there was a bright star, then it went out. And then it came back, and then it went out. And there's no clouds. It was clear fucking day. Mm-hmm. You see all the stars around it. And it's like, what the... But it was, I guess, the only thing that may have been alien.
Really?
But then I just stare at clouds and like, oh, it's a weird fucking shape. It's probably, like, I feel like they're always up there.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, I'm a firm believer in aliens. And then, like, during the height of COVID, you remember they released the Tiger King? Mm-hmm. And then, like, the next week, they were like, if that didn't fuck you up enough, by the way, aliens are real.
Yeah,
you know?
They finally confirmed it, and then there's the footage of the Navy, when the fighter pilot seen the cigar shape. Have you seen that video where
probably
the pilot's like chasing the thing down?
Oh yeah, and they have his audio where he's talking about it, and then he's like, it just disappeared. It disappeared.
Yeah, and then it appeared at a place that they were going for their little test flight mission. Like it knew where they're about to go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So like
I covered that on my failed podcast, Tiffer Nightly. Which failed. It's on my hat.
Oh, that's so you don't do it anymore?
No, because I got too high. No, because like I suck with information sometimes because like gathering it because I made it way too conspiracy wise, and then I got like really down the whole like got kind of sad and depressed.
Like
about
Alex Jones would be like, "Nah, this dude's wild."
Pretty much. And then I'll jump back and forth and just go on tangents. So like there's like 50 some odd episodes.
Really?
But I wouldn't recommend it. Like I would not.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's I don't know what's on anymore because I stopped because I was going through like Podbean or something like that and I was paying for it.
Podbean?
Yeah, because through them I was able to put it through Spotify, iTunes. It was on like all the podcast things.
Well, I'm gonna try and look for that.
Yeah, I haven't listened to any of it. I did want it to die, but then I brought it up. But yeah, it's like the type of shit that I always talked about, because then I would look up like just random like urban myths and stuff like that.
Right.
Like what was it back in one of the wildest ones? I think it was like in the 20s. What was it, Ohio? It was raining meat.
Okay.
And they were thinking that it was like something got into the propeller of a plane or some shit, even though it was early days for planes. And I can't remember what they said it was, but they were like, it's goat meat or some shit like that. It was just raining on the town.
And it was early aviation time.
I think so, yeah.
So, like, how the fuck did a goat get in the sky?
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Like, I'm probably fucking wrong. I got to go back on my notes. That's why I stopped doing the podcast.
Is it actually? I have no idea.
But I knew it was raining meat somewhere. I can't remember the explanation. That's all I remember. I did like a whole episode about it.
He said, I did 45 fucking minutes on this, and I didn't know any of the info.
That was also bad. Like, I would do like a week's worth of like research, because I was trying to do it weekly. But then at that time I had a job.
Right,
So
yeah.
I was trying to like balance that, do all the fucking research for stuff, and then keep it. And yeah, it just became too much.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Now I got a whole bunch of useless information.
Right.
Just
like
stored.
The time that it rained me in Columbus, Ohio.
Or the Philadelphia Project. Where
that's a good one.
That's the ship that disappeared. Right?
Yeah, transporting.
Because I did a whole episode on that.
Okay.
One episode I ended up just like ranting on like flag etiquette, just because it was during because like sometimes
it was Flag Day.
No, because I got pissed off because it was around re-election time, and I saw someone like driving around Cove with a American flag. You know, when people were being super obnoxious, like, oh, you don't like the American flag, I'm gonna fly it anywhere.
Right.
Well, someone had it on the back of their truck, but it was like worn
Ripped
out
yeah.
and it was just sitting on stuff, and it's like you're
disrespecting
the flag. It more than people talking shit about.
Right,
it.
exactly.
So it's like I went off on that motherfucker in an episode. It's like, I hope you listen to this. Like, this is how like
I've got 3 listeners. I hope that you know at least one of them.
It's like, I know what I'm talking about as a Boy Scout.
Yeah, no, I was actually just talking to one of my friends today. He was like, yeah, I got some American flags that I need retired. And I was like, oh, really? You know, like, what does that mean? And he's like, I need somebody to burn them. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, that makes sense. And I was like, what's wrong with them? He's like, nothing. I just don't want them anymore.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the correct way to do it.
Yeah, it's just like, very, very strange thing to say.
I was pissing people off, too, like, whenever I saw, like they have very tattered flags and shit. It's like, you need to burn that. It's like, I'm burning the flag. It's the American flag.
Yeah.
Like, no,
that's actually a law.
Yeah. It's
like,
part of it.
Yeah, you can be fined for having a ripped up American flag or a dirty American flag.
Yeah, it's like there's a whole like ceremony.
Yeah,
like it's like burying a veteran.
Yeah, and if it touches the soil, then
it's
still
gone. Yeah. That's why
yeah.
it's got to stay up the entire time. You take it down. Even though when I worked at the post office, I was terrible with that flag because you're supposed to take it down every single day. And stuff. We kept it up.
That's all right. We're the U.S. Postal Service, whatever.
But like people would come in mad because it was bumfuck nowhere, and that's all anybody was worried about was the fucking flag.
Right? Yeah.
But I was like, you do realize that is an old pole. The like pulley is fucked up. So if I take it down, it's never coming back.
It's never. Yeah.
If you want it up, it's up. Like it's staying up. But if you don't like America, we'll take it down.
Yeah. Once you erect this pole, it stays. There's no coming back from this. But no, it's just going back to your podcast. It's funny because like so many comedians do podcasts and stuff now. And I mean.
Yeah, as we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like it's funny as fuck to me because they all are not good. This one included. Like it's just.
I'd say mine was shit. Like
it's just like, all right, well here's some random shit that I never thought I would listen to on a podcast, but here we are. Yeah. Like somebody said, I think it was Adam Wolf was like, you know how many times you've brought up Hitler on your podcast? And I was like, I have no idea. He's like, almost every episode.
Yeah, as you do now. And then you did it when you mentioned Vinny's episode. You talked about Hitler.
Yep.
There's one thing I'm surprised you haven't mentioned, but like I'm afraid to because then I would have mentioned it because of Dixon's episode the entire fucking time and jerking off about fucking Superman and Christopher Reeves.
No, but see, I finished his book, so like I don't have to talk about him anymore. Although somebody did say that I looked like him.
and then you've just been holding on to that.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't see it, at all.
No.
But like, I appreciate it. You know, like I'll take
you
it.
can walk.
Yeah, and then I realized they were like, no, you look like a vegetable. You look like
you look like shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It was an insult.
Yeah.
It was not a compliment.
Yeah, and I was okay. Well, that makes more sense. You just probably pick somebody different next time. You know, not my Superman. You know that would
Tom Cruise or some shit.
I've been compared to Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I know.
He said, "Yeah, I watched that episode too."
No, and seeing you at the mics after Top Gun Maverick came out.
Oh yeah, when I had the old mustache, yeah, that was looking pretty
the
good.
aviators and
Yeah, no, I know how to look good. Yeah.
But you don't know how to grow up.
No, yeah, well, I'm still working on it. You know, like I definitely I think that there are injections that you can get in your bones, like human growth hormone. Yeah, I'd just be nervous that like one leg would grow more than the other. And then, well, you used to just be short. Now you're you're physically handicapped.
Like
you
got cerebral palsy.
Exactly. Just drag one leg all the time. No, that'd be horrible. But no, man, this is fun. Like I love this. Like this podcast has zero purpose whatsoever.
No,
but like
I like this format because I did 2 podcasts because I did have one with a buddy, but didn't. He ghosted me. I got ghosted. But that was fun because, like, it was just me and him bullshitting.
Yeah.
And then, like, Connor was actually on that episode, or one of the episodes, because it was when I first started comedy, we were doing that.
Okay.
And Connor was one of the first comics I met.
Yeah.
When we were in the area.
That's awesome.
And we had him on, and then, like, I liked what we're doing because that's something I want to do, but it's like, without him, it feels weird.
Yeah.
But, like, what we're doing is we started talking to different people from different places, and we just talked to, like, this one dude grew up in Chicago, and we learned all the stuff that he had to deal with.
Yeah.
Living in Chicago, how he had to, like, change clothes depending on what neighborhood he's walking through to go to school, like, different stuff. It's like, shit like that. That was fucking interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Half of them, actually, no, I don't want to say that because people can go back and find them. I'll tell you after the podcast. But there's something in common with, like, all the people on. But, no, it's just, like, really interesting, like, hearing the backstory. It's like, I like stuff like that where they pull... Like, I want to pull people, like, off the street. And hear your random fucking story.
Right, yeah, because we all have a story.
Yeah, everybody's got something different they're raised on.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, I always watch those one videos online, you know, they always come across where it's like somebody's helping a homeless person and they're like, oh, you know, let me spend the day with you, you know, and like just talk to you. And, you know, they'll be like, well, I used to be a fucking nuclear engineer. You know, I wasn't always homeless, you know, but then like my wife left me and then I started doing fucking heroin, you know, and it's like, oh, holy shit, you know, and it's like, it is just weird. Like everybody's got this crazy story. So just pulling, like, you should do a podcast like that, you know, The Only Tiffer, and do only homeless people.
No, then I feel like that would be like D1's thing. Dwayne.
Well, I know, yeah. Is he just homeless or
no? He likes you haven't seen him, like, he hasn't shown you in his videos where he talks to people behind corkies, like some of the crackhead ladies.
No,
and he'll go up and start like interviewing them on the spot.
No,
yeah, that's something like we've been talking about doing, and we're like trying to get someone to, like, I guess, fund it for him.
Okay, yeah.
But pretty much, have you ever watched like Billy on the Street?
Mm-mm.
No, it's something like that where like comedian goes on the street and just like starts asking random questions.
Okay, yeah,
like that.
See, yeah,
something like that with D1,
yeah.
but like D1 was talking to he's got a lot of homeless friends.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that would be a podcast that I feel like people would watch. You know, because it's like people are always interested in things that they don't understand, you know, and like being homeless and, you know, like being down and out, like people want to know, like, how did you get here?
And we love to judge and feel better than people.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Like people are going to watch this is like, oh, I'm better than that fucker.
Yeah.
Like, I've got weight on me. Like, I'm skinny. I got good teeth.
My chest is normal.
I've got abs. I've got pecs.
But no, man, I really appreciate you coming out, and, you know, I hope you like the pumpkin stout 10%er.
And it got better as I drink more. Like, it's all alcohol, though.
Believe it or not, the warmer it gets, the better it is. Yes. You know, it's beer. Stouts are meant to be fucking warm anyway, I think. Like,
are they? Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
That is like the art, though.
Yeah.
That was a dope
It is,
art.
yeah. It's really cool with the pumpkin guy, but he's like killing, and he's like smashing another pumpkin with a
like his-
a mailbox.
Yeah, it's like his grandfather or some shit. He murdered.
He's just smashing pumpkins.
I'm the
The
pumpkin
world
king
is
now,
a
bitch.
vampire. Da-na-na-na. But all right, man. No, thank you so much. You know, I hope you had fun. I know that this is your first official podcast.
Oh yeah, first official.
As if I'm official. But
you
no,
have a lot more subscribers than I did. Like,
I got
had, like,
23.
like 6, but I have like people listening from random places. Like,
See, that's cool.
You can like, are you able to track where your listens come from? Do you put it on any podcasting thing or just YouTube?
Yeah. I can see like I had somebody from Singapore.
Yeah,
watch
because I
it.
had like Ireland,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
and Australia, and
Just-
yeah,
yeah.
that feels good. But like one random person, like, how did you find me?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I mean,
I'm so sorry.
there's so many different, better things.
So many things you can
You
do.
wasted your time on me while I'm figuring this shit
Well,
out. Like, it's a
exactly, yeah.
clusterfuck.
No, that's I can't remember. I think because I had a little hiatus here for the last probably about a month. So I think that you're like number 13 or 14, somewhere right in there. So
Let's say, are you running out of people? That's why you
no,
finally put me on.
no, been too busy, and you know, like I've been wanting to get you on. Honestly, I didn't want to have two Chris's back to back. You know,
But now you're doing it.
but yeah, but I was like, I told my wife that, and she's like, that's stupid, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, well then I'll just ask him then.
Hey,
So
Chris, I can't wait until you leave because we keep getting booked for the same shows.
anyway, here's the other Chris.
Luckily he got sick yesterday's show, so he didn't show up on that one.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah,
Until
you
he
guys-
leaves, like his last show, I think me and him were on.
Oh, really?
Porky's were on a show together.
Yep, that's
Always
awesome.
fun shows though.
Yeah, no, and he's super funny, so like
No,
it's a good time. But
a
no,
lot more talented than I am.
Nah,
More
you're
interesting.
nah, you guys are both great. You guys are killing it. Everybody around here is killing it, you know. But for real, thank you so much. We'll have to do this, you know, again, you know, like once we start to get more people, you know, like interested, like I want to bring everybody back, you know, and just
Have
do
a
like
part 2.
yeah, exactly, just totally different conversations, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off. You know, thank you guys for watching Life is Cooler with AC. Go ahead and check out tag your socials.
So Instagram at the only Tipher, Tipher, if I can spell that right. Tip her. And then my YouTube channel that I need to get back on, be more consistent with. It's Christopher Ward, but Christopher spelled with an I because I ain't no basic bitch. I ain't a basic Christopher. I'm unique.
I mean,
It's like Stacy with an I.
yeah, what that means is totally gay.
Yeah.
We'll do a full circle here. That's called a callback.
I can't wait until the last episode of this when you come out of the closet as a Hitler fan.
I like to be railed while I dress like Hitler wearing a Superman costume.
Oh, that's good. Harder.
You did that so well. I feel like you've done this
Maybe. It's one of the few voices I can do. Again, German.
again.
I got that. Let's get the wetsuits. Let's have some fun, y'all. Let's get the wetsuits and splash around. Oh, Hans, you're so dirty.
I've never heard you do accents before, and now I'm upset that you don't do these in your fucking stand-up.
It's too easy.
No, I can't do it at all.
German's easy. Plus, Dixon does German.
Oh,
accent
yeah,
down
that's
there.
true. The
And
Chris's
then,
are the same.
Yeah, we all, everybody's got a German accent. Like, I do it in podcast.
You're right.
I do it to
That's-
make your stuff entertaining.
Well, thank you.
Just for you.
Well, thank you guys so much. Go check Chris out. Thank you for watching Life is Cooler with AC, and we will be back next week with somebody different. Check that fucking thing out. Thanks, guys.